Marijuana stores are ready for business yet. Our Ana Cabrera has the details.
The green rush here in Colorado is about to get even bigger. This week, state licenses went out to local businesses, giving them the green light to start selling recreational marijuana.
And money does grow on trees, and it's called the cannabis plant.
January 1st, recreational pot sales will be legal and heavily regulated by both state and local authorities.
You want profit or Bubba Kush today, bud?
Let me get some profit.
Anyone over the age of 21 will soon be able to buy marijuana. 136 medical marijuana dispensaries now have state licenses to sell it, and 178 businesses can now grow it for recreational use.
I kind of say we're sort of like the United States Amsterdam.
Morgan Iverson runs Canyon Cultivation. They make marijuana edibles, drops, and candies. She expects business to at least double in the new year.
I really hope that people are responsible with it and they don't mess it up for the rest of us.
But Canyon Cultivation, like most companies here, won't be ready just yet on January 1st. Retail outlets had major hurdles to get state approvals: fingerprint-based background checks, financial checks, and fees up to $15,000. Tony Fox said she has more than $1 million invested in her medical marijuana facility, 3D Cannabis Center. Her store is one of only a handful expected to be ready for business on that first day.
A year ago, I would have said I wish I hadn't done it. Now, I'm very excited that I've done it, and I'm looking forward to the future.
A future she and the state hope will pay off that massive investment. Ana Cabrera, CNN, Denver.
And thank you to Ana. All right, let's bring in CNN legal analyst Paul Callan and Harvard Law School professor Alan Dershowitz to take a look at this. Dershowitz, also the author of the new book, Taking the Stand, My Life in the Law. Thank you both for being here with us. Paul, I want to start with you. Now that it's going to be legal in Colorado, it's not like everyone's just going to start, growing pot, selling it. It's not as easy as it sounds. Break down the legal hurdles for us, if you would.
Well, it's not as easy as it sounds, but I got to say, it's pretty easy. You're allowed to grow your own in Colorado. As a matter of fact, people are learning now how to plant it in their basement and grow it. They can't sell it, though. They can only use it. On the other hand, stores can be licensed, and they're being licensed all over the state to sell it, not for medical use, for recreational use. So anybody can walk into, the functional equivalent of a 7-Eleven and buy marijuana cookies or, smokable weed. And I'll tell you, it's going to be a brave new world in Colorado, and a strange ski vacation for me later in the year, I think.
A strange ski. Okay,
yes.
Paul.
Only the danger of other people bumping into me on the slopes.
Of course,
yes.
It's all the other people,
That's correct.
not
That's
you.
Correct. Yes.
And I actually want to go to Alan on this because, Alan, I can imagine a lot of other states are going to be on the sidelines to see how this is going to shake out in Colorado. And perhaps could we see the dominoes fall after this with other states legalizing it, you think?
Well, I can tell you, I don't agree with the prior analysis. I don't think anything's going to change. In Massachusetts, they legalized marijuana and nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. There was marijuana before, there's marijuana after. There's just fewer policemen arresting Harvard kids and other kids for using marijuana. It's had no real change on the use of marijuana widely in the society, and I think one major improvement is it got rid of the hypocrisy of medicalized marijuana. That was always a phony, hypocritical approach that encouraged people to lie, make up illnesses, get doctors involved. People were using marijuana for recreational purposes, pretending that it was for medical purposes. There were a few people who really needed it for medical purposes, and they should have always had it. But this is long overdue. It eliminates hypocrisy. It allows law enforcement to focus on real crimes. It gets people, hopefully, not to have to go to jail for enjoying themselves. And I think this will be a ho-hum. By the end of 2014, 2015, we'll look back and say, did they ever really make marijuana use illegal? It's like what happened after liquor was made legal. Nothing really will change.
I think the real issue, though, that states will be looking at is whether they can raise revenue by selling marijuana. I mean, the truth is you had an illegal underground market, and there's been huge use all along, as Professor Dershowitz says. But if Colorado makes a lot of money and it's able to help the Colorado budget, then you're going to see other states looking for this as a revenue-raising mechanism.
It seems like this become more of a states' rights issue because it's still illegal on the federal level. Let's not forget about this. Helen, how can someone in Colorado make sure that when they buy the pot, they're not breaking the law? Because I think for some people this is confusing, that it's legal on the state level but not the federal level.
They should be confused, and the federal government still takes the position technically that you're violating federal law if you are complying with the state law. But the Obama administration, I think, has recently taken a turn on its approach to drug enforcement. The pardons, even though are only a handful, the statutory change involving crack cocaine and powdered cocaine, I think marked the beginning of the end of the, quote, war against drugs, particularly recreational drugs, as distinguished from criminogenic drugs, drugs that actually cause people to commit crimes. And so I think the federal government will have to play catch up and will have to start saying, look, if it's legal in the state, we're not going to come in and start telling the states what to do.
Interesting to see how this all plays out. Thank you so much to both of you. Stick around. We have more analysis coming up in this show. Many more legal topics to cover today. Well, he was sent to prison for covering up a Catholic church